We are going to discuss two things. First will be some portions which were left for the eyeball, that is the structure of lens, crystalline lens, and next will be the structure of eyelid, microscopic structure. Okay, followed by the spinal cord. Actually, according to the routine, I was supposed to take about the spinal cord. Though this topic were left, that's why first we'll discuss this and then I'll go to the spinal cord. Okay. Now, in the crystalline lens, first of all, if you see the crystalline lens, it is transparent, biconvex, and avascular structure. Okay, first of all, it is transparent in nature. Then the shape is biconvex and it is completely avascular structure. Okay. Now, in the previous class, if you remember, we have discussed how the lens is suspended by zonular fibers from ciliary body. Okay. Next, if you see the lens, what is the location of the lens? Lens is situated in between the anterior and the posterior segment of the eyeball. In front of the lens, we are getting the aqueous humor. Posterior to the lens is the vitreous body. Okay, in between them, the lens is present. Okay. Next, if you see the crystalline lens, mostly it is made up of protein. 60% of the lens is made up of protein. Okay. Any other tissue in our body, okay, the protein content is highest in the crystalline lens. Okay. Next, if you see the lens, it microscopically it is made up of three layers. What are those three layers? If you go from outside to inside, then the layers are first of all lens capsule, then lens epithelium, and then lens fibers. Okay, these are the three components of the crystalline lens. Okay. Now, first, if you see the lens capsule, okay, so lens capsule is present, or you can say it is covering throughout the lens. That means it is present on the anterior aspect also, it is present on the posterior aspect also. Okay. जो lens होता है, as I said, it is biconvex shaped. Okay. Here you can see the lens, the shape is biconvex shape. Okay. It is having one anterior pole, it is having posterior pole, and these are the equators of the lens. Okay. These are the equators of the lens. Let me show you another diagram. Yeah. Now in this diagram also you can see the anterior. This is the anterior pole. This is the posterior pole. Okay. Here will be the equator. This particular part is the equator. Next, in the lens, as I said, first of all you will be getting the lens capsule. So lens capsule is present on the anterior aspect also and on the posterior aspect also. Okay. As you can see in the diagram, anterior में भी रहता है, posterior में भी रहता है lens capsule. ठीक है. On anterior aspect, just deep to the lens capsule, you can see the lens epithelium. See, this is the lens epithelium. Okay. Now, which epithelium is this? This is simple cuboidal epithelium. जो लेंस इपिथेलियम होता है, कौन सा इपिथेलियम है? सिंपल क्यूबॉइडल इपिथेलियम. ओके. नाउ there is one point. The lens epithelium is present only in the anterior aspect. Posterior aspect में lens epithelium नहीं रहता है. As you can see in the diagram, on the anterior aspect only the lens epithelium is present. On the posterior aspect it is absent. And the question is why it is absent. तो क्या होता है, जो lens epithelium है, from the anterior aspect, when it goes laterally, both the side, okay, there is a transitional zone. Okay, as you can see, transitional zone is there. Now, when it reaches the transitional zone, at that time the length of the epithelium increases only in anterior direction. The length of the lens epithelium increases in anterior direction. Okay, and from this particular point onwards, when it will go posteriorly, it becomes the lens fiber. Okay. So if anyone asks you how the lens fibers are formed, your answer will be the lens epithelium elongated or elongates in anterior direction, and thus they form the lens fiber, and the formation is taking place in the transitional zone. Okay. Next, once the fibers are formed, ये देखो यहाँ पे जो fibers form हो रहा है, once the fibers are formed, so these are newly formed fibers. Okay, these are old fibers. So as the fibers are formed, it will be pushed towards the center. It will be pushed towards the center of the lens. Once it is pushed towards the center of the lens, so here you can see these are the older fibers and these are the secondary or new fibers. Okay. So the center of the lens is also called as nucleus. जो center होता है, that is called as nucleus, and if you see the periphery, it is called as cortex. Okay, in cortex newly formed lens fibers are present, and in case of nucleus old fibers are present. Now दोनों में difference क्या है? What will be the difference? Can you see any difference in the diagram? I am asking about the lens fibers. In case of newly formed lens fibers which are present at the periphery, at the cortex, okay, they are having nucleus, they are having the cell bodies, okay, cell organelles. But once it is going towards the center, the fiber, the nucleus of the fiber disappears. Okay, fibers are not there. As you can see, यहाँ पे देखो fibers दिखाई नहीं दे रहे, but here you can see the fibers are present. So these are some differences. Okay. So first you have to know about the lens capsule, how the lens capsule is formed. Okay, as I said, it is transparent in nature. Along with it is homogeneous, transparent, homogeneous, and collagenous in nature. That means it is made up of collagen fibers. Collagenous is nature. इसका मतलब क्या? It is made up of collagen fiber. Which type of collagen fibers are there? Type 4 collagen fibers are there. And along with that, glycoproteins and laminin are also present in the lens capsule. So lens capsule is nothing but the basement membrane of lens epithelium. जो लेंस इपिथेलियम होता है उसका बेसमेंट मेम्ब्रेन इज द लेंस कैप्सूल. ओके, नेक्स्ट the secretion the thickness of the lens capsule is not uniform. Okay, lens capsule is thickest near the equator and thinnest at the posterior pole. तो जो thickness होता है यूनिफॉर्म नहीं है. So which part is thickest? At the equator, दोनों साइड में. Okay, it is thickest. And which part is the thinnest? On the posterior aspects. Okay, because lens epithelium is not there, that's why it is very thin posteriorly. Okay, next there are some age related changes. You can see anterior part of the lens increases with age, the thickness, whereas the thickness on the posterior part remains constant almost. Okay, so these are some age related changes taking place in the lens capsule. Next, if you see the lens epithelium, so as I said, lens epithelium is present only in the anterior aspect. Posterior aspect में lens epithelium नहीं रहता, it is absent. Okay. Next, if you see the lens epithelium, which type of cells are this? Simple cuboidal epithelium. ठीक है, simple cuboidal epithelium. Now, when this cell goes towards the periphery, it becomes progressively longer. Ultimately, they are converted into lens fibers, which makes the substance of the lens. So from anterior aspect, when it goes towards the periphery, both the side, okay, the length of the cell increases. In general, it is simple cuboidal epithelium. Gradually, the length increases. जब length increase होता है, only increase होता है in anterior direction. Okay. Next, you can see the cells are highly active. They are having potassium ion, sodium ion, and ATPase. Okay, which produce ATP to meet the energy demand of the lens. That's why it is very important. The cells of the lens epithelium. Okay, that means the lens epithelium are metabolically active. Okay. Okay. Next is the lens fibers. So how the lens fibers are formed? So just now I have told you how the lens fibers are formed. Now when the lens fibers are formed, at that time a protein is present in those lens fibers, and these are called as crystalline. Okay, so this is very important. This is the protein which is present in the lens fibers. Okay, now once the cell organelles, once the nucleus of the lens fiber degenerates or regresses, still the mRNA which is present in the lens fiber, that will produce the crystalline protein, and the crystalline protein is very important so that the lens fiber can survive. Okay, next, the center part of the lens is called as nucleus, and the peripheral part is called as cortex. Okay, तो जो peripheral part होता है lens का, that is softer. जो peripheral part होता है lens का, that is softer, and if you see the central part, it is harder in nature. इसका reason क्या है? Because peripheral part में जो lens fibers होता है उसमें cell organelles are present, और जो center part होता है nucleus, उसमें cell organelles नहीं रहता है, only fiber made up of that protein. That's why it is harder in nature. Okay. Next, on cross section of each fiber, it is hexagonal prism. That means if you take a cross section of the lens fiber, what is the shape? It is hexagonal prism shaped. Okay. Next, another important point which you have to know, that is the sutural lines. That is the sutural lines. तो ये sutural lines क्या होता है? Okay. Now, if you see the sutural lines in case of intrauterine life, in case of fetus, and in case of adult, the structure of the sutural lines, the arrangement of the sutural lines are completely different. Okay. Now, when the lens is examined from front, okay, suppose you are examining the lens from front and you are examining the lens from behind, at that time what you will see that three faint lines are seen radiating from the center to periphery. Three faint lines are radiating from the center to the periphery, that is seen. Now those faint lines are called as sutural lines and they are made up of amorphous material. Okay? Now those lens fibers, the terminal part of the lens fibers are attached to these sutural lines. Okay? Now these sutural lines form Y-shaped structure. Okay? When you look from anterior aspect, and same sutural lines which are there Y-shaped, it is inverted Y when we look at from the posterior aspect. Okay, so in the lens I have told you that it is having anterior pole, it is having posterior pole. So if we see from anterior pole, Y-shaped structure will be seen. Okay, these are sutural lines, specially for intrauterine life, especially for the fetus. Same thing if we see from the posterior aspect, then it will be inverted Y. Okay. Next, in case of adult, if we see the sutural lines, they are arrangements are more complicated. They are arranged in multiple branches, 6 to 9, 9 to 15, in a dendritic pattern. That is the arrangement of the sutural lines in case of adult, when it is seen from the anterior aspect. Okay. Now, how to see the sutural lines? Sutural lines कहाँ पे रहता है? Lens पे रहता है. Okay. Now, how you will see the sutural lines of a patient? For that, you can't take out the lens in your hand. Can you take out the lens of a person? You will become blind. So, how to see the sutural lines in a patient? For that, a machine is there. That is called a slit lamp. Slit lamp. SLIT, slit lamp, LAMP, slit lamp. Anyone, have you seen this machine, slit lamp? देखा है ना slit? नहीं देखा है? See, most of you are wearing spec, okay? So, and it is having power. So when you guys go to check your power, okay, at that time you have noticed that for checking power, slit lamp is not used. Okay, at that time I hope you have seen that a machine is placed. Okay, patient will sit on the opposite side, the person who is operating the machine will sit on the other side. Okay, and the patient will keep the chin like this, then a ray will fall and the optometrist used to check the eye. That is called slit lamp. That I hope you have seen, a common machine. Okay, that is the slit lamp. So with the help of the slit lamp we can see the sutural lines. Okay, that is required जब age related changes होता है in the lens fibers, at that time with the help of the slit lamp these fibers can be seen. Okay, now the ends of the lens fibers are attached to these sutural lines. Okay, now see, this is the diagram showing the sutural lines. So this is Y shaped, you can see faint Y shaped structure, and this is inverted Y shaped structure. तो ये जो Y shaped structure है normal Y, this is seen when you see the sutural lines from anterior aspect. If you see the sutural from the posterior aspect, तो ये inverted Y दिखाई देगा. तो ये किस में रहता है? In fetus. Okay, in fetus. In case of adult, means in case of us, what will be the appearance? ये देखो, these are the appearance. Okay. Next, this is the schematic diagram which you have to draw in your practical. ये draw नहीं करना है, ये draw नहीं करना है. This is for understanding. ठीक है, सिर्फ ये draw करना है. This one. तो what you can see in this diagram. First of all, can you see the lens capsule? ये देखो, this is the lens capsule, homogeneous structure. Deep to that you can see the lens epithelium. ठीक है. Then these are the newly formed fibers and these are the mature fibers. Newly formed fibers में देखो न्यूक्लियस दिखाई दे रहा है और मेच्योर फाइबर्स में न्यूक्लियस नहीं है. So this part will be harder, this part will be softer. Okay, only this one you have to draw in your practical notebook. ठीक? Yeah, this is the slit lamp. I hope you have seen such kind of machine. हाँ, तो this is called slit lamp. ये देखो, this will be the patient and this is the person optometrist who is operating the machine. ठीक है? Now once you see, I am not telling that slit lamp से only sutural lines दिखाई देता है. For various examination of the eye, slit lamp is used. Okay. Now here I am taking one example, though we are studying the lens fibers. ठीक है? So with the help of this, when we see the sutural lines, ऐसा appearance आता है. Okay. ये देखो ऐसा appearance आएगा. Can you see the Y-shaped structure? These are the sutural lines. Okay. Okay. Next is the eyelid. Which part is the eyelid? Anyone? Yeah. Okay. So two eyelids are the upper eyelid, lower eyelid. Okay. Now you have to know the microscopic structure of upper eyelid and lower eyelid. Okay. So what exactly are these eyelids? These are the fold of skin that protects the eyeball and helps to keep the cornea moist. This is a very important structure. First of all, it will protect the eyeball and it will keep the cornea moist. Okay. Now, if you see the eyeball, it is made up of 5 layers. Okay. So what you have to do? Stand in front of a mirror, close one of your eye. Okay. And with the other eye, whatever you will see, this particular part just above the eyelashes, that is the external most layer, that is the skin. And then what you have to do, you have to retract the eyelid like this. जो अंदर दिखाई देगा, that is the innermost layer of the eyelid. Okay, there in the eyelid. So with the help of the upper eyelid, you can understand which are the external most layer and which is the innermost layer. Okay, so total 5 layers are there, and in this diagram you can see the 5 layers. Okay, the first is the skin. Obviously, if you close your eyes, ये क्या दिखाई देता है? First क्या है? इधर skin है. Okay, so you can see the skin. Deep to the skin, you can see superficial fascia is there, where subcutaneous loose connective tissue is present. Next, deep to that, you can see a layer of muscle is present, that is called orbicularis oculi muscle. Very important muscle, orbicularis oculi. Whenever we are closing our eye, at that time this particular muscle is helping to close the eye, the orbicularis oculi muscle. Deep to the orbicularis oculi muscle, you can see a band of fibrous tissue is there, that is called as tarsal plate. You can see this is the tarsal plate. Okay. Now ये जो tarsal plate है, in the tarsal plate some groups are there, and inside those groups some glands are present. Modified sebaceous glands are present. Okay. Now why it is modified? Because from these glands, and those glands are called as tarsal glands or meibomian gland. Tarsal glands or meibomian gland. ठीक है? तो उससे जो सिक्रेशन होता है, that is oily in nature. जो मेबोमियन ग्लैंड से जो सिक्रेशन होता है, that is oily in nature. Now that particular secretion is very helpful. When it is helpful, I hope you have heard about lacrimal gland. We have not studied. Have you studied lacrimal gland? No. It will be discussed. Don't worry. तो जो lacrimal gland से secretion होता है, okay, whenever we blink our eyes ऐसे, at that time जो lacrimal fluid secrete होता है, it spreads throughout the cornea. Next जो secretion होता है from the tarsal glands, these are oily in nature. So what it will do, it will delay the evaporation of the fluid, so that the cornea will remain moist, cornea will not get dry. That is the importance of the secretion of the meibomian gland. Okay. And deep to that you can see the palpebral conjunctiva. Okay. तो conjunctiva का 3 part होता है. Okay, that is the palpebral conjunctiva, then bulbar conjunctiva and conjunctival fornices. Okay. Conjunctiva we are not going to discuss today. Okay. So conjunctiva also you can see easily. Like this, just elevate the eyelid. जो अंदर वाला part दिखाई देगा, जो layer, it is nothing but the conjunctiva. Okay. So these are the layers. This diagram is important. This you have to draw in your practical notebook. This is not microscopic structure. ठीक है? Now another important thing which is present in the upper eyelid, which is not there in the lower eyelid, that is a attachment of muscle, attachment of one muscle. Which muscle is this? levator palpebrae superioris muscle. Can you see it is shown in green color? Levator palpebrae superioris muscle. Now what is the function of this particular muscle? It opens the eyeball. So orbicularis oculi muscle will close the eye. Levator palpebrae superioris will open the eyelid. Levator means it will elevate the eyelid. तो जो upper eyelid है, it is elevated. So you can open your eye. Okay. So all those things we have discussed. Now along with the meibomian glands, so deep to the tarsal plate there is a series of vertical grooves where tarsal glands are present. Okay, and the eyelids are mass of fibrous tissue. Just now I have shown you. Next, there are some other types of glands also present in the eyelids. What are these glands? As you can see, modified sweat glands are there. These are called ciliary glands. These are present at the eyelid near the free edge. Next, along with the eyelashes, some modified sweat glands are present. These are called as gland of Zeiss. Okay, open into the hair follicles. Okay. So like this, different types of glands are present in the eyelids. Now here is the diagram. Now in this diagram, can anyone tell me which is the innermost layer, which is the outermost layer? This is the microscopic structure of eyelid. Okay, this you have to draw. This part is innermost. This part is outermost. How you will know that this is outermost? Yes, hair follicle is there. Hair follicle is there, and you can see the parts of the skin. You can see epidermis and dermis. That means this is the part of skin. Okay, so ये वाला जो part है, this is external most layer. Deep to that you can see adipose tissue. So this will be the superficial fascia. Then this is the muscle layer, orbicularis oculi muscle. Deep to that यहाँ पे tarsal plate रहता है. ये देखो यहाँ पे tarsal plate रहता है, where you can see the tarsal glands, or also called as meibomian glands. And deep to that you can see the palpebral conjunctiva. Okay, which is lined by stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. Along with that, some goblet cells are also present. Okay, that is the layers of the eyelid. Okay, so this diagram and the first diagram which I have shown, both the diagrams you have to draw in your practical notebook. Okay, next in the histology of the spinal cord. Okay, anything you have studied about spinal cord? In physiology you have studied, don't say no. That's why I've asked, anything you have studied in spinal cord or not? Only tracts. Basic introduction. What is the shape of spinal cord? Cylindrical shape. From where to where it is extending? No, don't say base of the skull. It is a downward extension of the medulla oblongata. Okay, from upper border of the first cervical vertebra to lower border of first lumbar vertebra in case of adult. If you see the length, it is approximately 42 to 45 centimeter. The length of the spinal cord, cylindrical shaped. ठीक है, जहाँ पे खत्म होता है, okay, the terminal part is cone shaped. That's why it is called as conus medullaris. From that particular part, a thread-like structure is extending downwards. That is called as phylum terminelli. Okay, so these are some basic structure of the spinal cord. Next, as you know, the spinal cord is a part of central nervous system. So it is covered by all the layers of meninges. Dura mater भी है, arachnoid mater भी है, pia mater भी है. Okay, all the layers are present. Okay. Next, at the center of the spinal cord cylindrical होता है. At the center of the spinal cord, a canal is present. What is the name of that canal? Central canal. Okay, central canal is there. What is the function of the central canal? CSF flows through the canal. Okay, जो CSF होता है, that flows through the canal. Throughout the length of the spinal cord, this canal is present. Okay. Now, what we have to, so that was about the basic introduction. Now, what exactly we have to study in spinal cord is, suppose you have taken the spinal cord, okay, and after that you have taken a TS. Once you take the TS, what will be the appearance? Because that exactly you are going to see under microscope. Okay. So this is the appearance. Now please let me tell you one thing. जो स्पाइनल कॉर्ड है इन सर्वाइकल सेक्शन, इन थोरासिक सेक्शन, लंबर सेक्शन, सभी का टीएस का जो शेप है सेम नहीं होता, इट इज डिफरेंट। ओके, बट बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर रिमेन्स सेम। ओके, so first we have taken the TS, then it will appear like this. Here what you have to know, the first point is center part is made up of gray matter. So this is the central part which is made up of gray matter, H shaped gray matter or butterfly shaped gray matter, ठीक है, and the peripheral part is made up of white matter. Now the question is जो central gray matter है उसमें क्या रहता है और जो peripheral white matter है उसमें क्या रहता है? No. What is present in the central gray matter and what is present in the white matter? Now I am giving the answer. Try to understand one thing. ये जो central canal है, it is present at the center. ठीक है, central canal जो होता है, central canal, center का मतलब क्या है? In the center. Can anyone tell me which is the anterior side and which is the posterior side? And how will I understand which is the anterior side, which is posterior side? How will understand? क्या है वो? What is that? Yes, so anteriorly fissure is present and posteriorly sulcus is present, and that can be seen under microscope also. Okay, that is seen under microscope. So first you have to identify that. Once you have taken the TS, you have to identify कहाँ पे gray matter है, कहाँ पे white matter है. Next what you have to identify which is anterior side, which is posterior side. तो कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करोगे? हाउ विल आइडेंटिफाई? विद द हेल्प ऑफ द फिशर. जो फिशर है वो सामने एंटीरियरली रहता है और जो सल्कस है वो पोस्टीरियरली रहता है. हाउ टू डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन फिशर एंड सल्कस? डेप्थ ऑफ द सल्कस इज लेस, डेप्थ ऑफ द फिशर इज मोर. ये देखो डेप्थ इज मोर, ये देखो डेप्थ इज लेस. लाइक दिस इजीली यू कैन डिफरेंशिएट विच इज फिशर एंड विच इज सल्कस. हो गया. नेक्स्ट एज आई सेड, जो सेंट्रल ग्रे मैटर है, इट इज मेड अप ऑफ सेल बॉडीज ऑफ द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ न्यूरॉन्स. सेल बॉडीज ऑफ द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ न्यूरॉन्स आर प्रेजेंट इन द सेंट्रल ग्रे मैटर. Okay, and it is divided into two half, right half and left half. Both the halves are connected to each other by this gray commission, which is present around the central canal, which is a mass of gray matter connecting both the sides of the gray matter. ठीक है. Next, ये जो white matter है, this white matter is made up of fibers. Different types of fibers are present. Where you have studied about the tracts. ठीक है. How you have studied the tracts? हाँ, मान लो असेंडिंग ट्रैक्ट से, डिसेंडिंग ट्रैक्ट से. अगर मान लो असेंडिंग ट्रैक्ट से, हाउ यू हैव स्टडीड? हाँ, फर्स्ट ऑर्डर न्यूरॉन, सेकंड ऑर्डर न्यूरॉन, थर्ड ऑर्डर न्यूरॉन. ठीक है. तो जो सेकंड ऑर्डर न्यूरॉन होता है इन केस ऑफ असेंडिंग ट्रैक्ट्स कहाँ पे रहता है? अच्छा, बिफोर दैट, यस बिफोर दैट आई वांट टू आस्क यू वन थिंग. जो सेंट्रल ग्रे मैटर होता है, इट इज हैविंग टू पार्ट्स. ओके, तो नाउ वी हैव अंडरस्टूड दैट दिस इज द एंटीरियर साइड, दैट इज द पोस्टीरियर साइड, राइट. तो ये जो एंटीरियर वाला पार्ट है, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज एंटीरियर ग्रे हॉर्न और वेंट्रल हॉर्न, एंड दिस इज द पोस्टीरियर ग्रे हॉर्न और द डॉर्सल हॉर्न. In between both the horns you can see a lateral horn is present, and this lateral horn is present only in the thoracic segment of the spinal cord. Okay, other segments में lateral horn नहीं रहता. ठीक है. So these are the different horns of the central gray matter where different cell bodies of the neurons are present. Okay. Next, what I was asking about fibers. तो जो fibers है is making the white matter. Now in the white matter, you know, you have studied about the tracts. So further white matter of the spinal cord is divided into three parts. Okay, as you can see, this is the anterior funiculus, this is the lateral funiculus, and this is the posterior funiculus, or also called as anterior white column, lateral white column, and posterior white column. Now why it is divided? Because the fibers which are passing through these areas, they are very specific. ओके, मतलब यहाँ से जो फाइबर्स पास होगा, यहाँ से ही पास होगा, यहाँ से पास नहीं होगा. तो यहाँ का फाइबर्स, यहाँ का फाइबर्स, दे आर कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट एंड दे आर कैरिंग डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ सेंसेशन. ओके, एंड आई नो दैट यू हैव स्टडीड इन ट्रैक्ट्स ऑफ द स्पाइनल कॉर्ड. Okay. Now, what you have to identify under microscope? Let me show you the all those things already we have discussed. One more important thing which I forgot to tell you that जो central canal होता है, central canal, I have shown you the central canal. It is lined by a special type of cell. It is called as ependymal cells. जो central canal होता है, it is lined by a special type of cell. Those are called as ependymal cells. ठीक है? And those ependymal cells are simple ciliated columnar epithelium. Simple ciliated columnar epithelium. Now, can you identify which diagram is this? ये कौन सा diagram है? हाँ, to see in during the time of exam, if you are having less time, at that time what you can do, instead of drawing both the side of the spinal cord, you can draw the spinal cord of one side only. It will save your time. दोनों साइड आइडेंटिकल होता है तो दोनों ड्रॉ करने का जरूरत नहीं, कोई भी एक साइड ड्रॉ करो, इट इज एनफ. ठीक है. फर्स्ट, second, here you can see this is the gray matter, central gray matter. So this is the posterior horn, this is the lateral horn, and this is the anterior horn. ठीक है. Now these are the part of central gray matter. Central gray matter में क्या रहता है? As I said, cell bodies of the different types of neurons. So here you can see cell bodies of the different types of neurons are present. Now I am not going into the neuron, just I am showing you that यहाँ पे क्या रहता है. Okay, and that can be seen under microscope. Easily it can be seen under microscope. Okay. Yeah, this is the schematic diagram. This you have to draw in your practical notebook. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे क्या दिखाई दे रहा है? What you can see? What you can see in this diagram? Can you see the central gray matter? हाँ. तो central gray matter का, if you see the staining difference between the central gray matter and white matter, what is the difference? सेंट्रल ग्रे मैटर में क्या रहता है? सेल बॉडीज. ओके, सेल बॉडीज ऑफ डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ न्यूरॉन्स आर प्रेजेंट. दैट्स व्हाई द अपीयरेंस इज ए बिट डार्कर. इट विल बी डार्कली स्टेन. और जो पेरिफेरल वाइट मैटर होता है, एज यू कैन सी, इट इज पेल स्टेनिंग और लाइट स्टेनिंग बिकॉज ओनली fibers are there. Now, along with the fibers, some neuroglial cells are present, and along with that, blood vessels are also present. ठीक है. And the central canal. Okay, central canal is seen. ये देखो, can you see the central canal? तो under microscope you can see the central canal. Central canal दिखाई देता है. Okay, and you can see the fissure also. See, do you remember I have told you that fissure दिखाई देता है under microscopic examination. Under 4x also, not 10x. Under 4x also, if you see, fissure दिखाई देता है. Okay. And can you see the empty spaces? So many empty spaces, white spaces. So why these empty spaces are seen? Any idea? जो एक्सॉन होता है, ओके, यस, एक्सॉन का कवरिंग क्या है? व्हाट इज द कवरिंग ऑफ एक्सॉन? माइलिन शीथ. Whenever the processing is done, at that time myelin sheath is washed away. Though it is washed away, that's why empty appearance is seen. That is a important identifying feature for the white matter. Okay. Now here is another diagram. So this is the low power histological diagram of spinal cord. This is high power diagram of spinal cord. So what you can see over here, can you see the gray matter? ये देखो पूरा ग्रे मैटर दिखाई दे रहा है. This is the anterior horn. This is the posterior horn. Okay. Next, this is the white matter. Now in white matter, this is the anterior white column. This is the lateral white column. This is the posterior white column. ठीक है. And you can see the central canal also, lined by ependymal cells. Now here you can see the fissure, and you can see the sulcus. If you see over here, this is the magnified view of this particular image. तो एंटीरियर ग्रे हॉर्न में यू कैन सी मल्टीपुलर न्यूरॉन्स कैन बी सीन. ओके, मल्टीपुलर एंटीरियर हॉर्न सेल्स कैन बी सीन विच आर लार्जर. तो जो एंटीरियर हॉर्न होता है उसमें जो न्यूरॉन्स रहता है, दोज आर मल्टीपुलर न्यूरॉन्स दैट ऑल्सो लार्ज साइज. सो इजीली इट कैन बी आइडेंटिफाइड एज compared to the neurons which are present on the posterior horn. Okay, this is the difference. Like this it can be seen easily. Okay, so that is all about the spinal cord. Okay. Now I'll bring one slide. Just see the slide. Try to identify these things, and then you can go.